following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, this is MC Alfie. Listen, I'm just chilling. Mr. Yo sitting down and designing. Why every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. Can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Fish, hunt your wanna be. Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're back. We're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. And we got a great show for you guys today. Before we get started, let's say hi to everybody. Starting off with our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I'm having my lunch. My friend Meg Riddick was her birthday.
Happy birthday, Meg.
And I was calling her, not realizing my time. And I looked up and I thought, oh my God, I go on the air in 20 minutes. Megala, I have to go. So that's why I'm eating my lunch now. So if you don't like it, go watch something else.
Anyway, happy birthday, Meg. We got a chat room full of people. What's up? Hello, Dave Hughes from Stars Now UK is in the chat room. Teresa Sabin, Cindy Lady Lake from Lady Lake Music, Angela Josephs is in the chat room. We've also got Backpack John, Anton from Australia. It's 2:55 in the morning or something like that. So thanks for staying up. We're going to have a great show for you guys today. The thing's going by so fast. I'm not sure if I missed somebody. If I did, I'm totally apologize. But we got a fun show for you guys today. We have Robert Craighead coming on the show, who's been on the show a couple times before. And then we have Scream Queen and actress Devanny Pinn coming on, which we met her at Sue Wong's Oscar Gala. It's going to be a lot of fun. Teresa Sabin wants to know what you're eating. He's eating, I don't know what that is.
I'm having a liverwurst sandwich with baby shit mustard on whole wheat bread, and I'm drinking milk. Very healthy.
There you go. That's what he's eating. So also I want to tell everybody who's tuning in right now, which Cindy, lady. Oh, everybody's saying hi. All right, hey everybody. So listen up, everybody. I'm trying to build my Instagram and I joined TikTok this weekend. TikTok is basically like an app for like young people. So I'm kind of old, but all the celebrities are on it, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. So if you have an account on TikTok, please follow me at Dr. Jimmy Star, Dr. Jimmy Star, and I'm also Dr. Jimmy Star on Instagram. I've been putting our interviews up on Instagram. They've been getting anywhere from like 10 to 50,000 views, which is more than we get on YouTube. So I thought that it would be cool to put them up there. So check out our Instagram. You can see all kinds of cool videos that we've got going on there.
Please tell me, where were you a doctor?
Huh? Got from my education that I went to school.
What? So I'm a doctor too.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I call myself. My name is Dr. Ron.
Yeah, okay. You can be doctor, whatever you want.
But how do you have the balls to say doctor? What is your doctor in?
In thinking.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show.
It doesn't matter. I went to school for 10 years, so like I've got the actual degrees to show.
Dr. Ron Russell.
No. Oh, see, they like TikTok anyway. Oh,
but wait a minute. I am a doctor. I have been a gynecologist for women. I was not a gynecologist. What do you call a women's doctor?
A gynecologist.
I have been a gynecologist all my teen years.
Yeah, right. So you guys, TikTok is a video. TikTok is a video platform. You can put videos up to a minute. All the celebrities mostly do things like singing and dancing and things that are funny. It's kind of like a short version of Will Ferrell's website, Funny or Die, or whatever it's called. And it's very funny, and everybody's on it, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're on it, please follow me. There you go. And if you don't know how to do TikTok, I'll teach you guys how to do it. I just learned this weekend. I have 6 videos up, but I only have 500 and something followers, so I need followers. So please follow me on TikTok.
TikTok, look at my
sock. Actually, though, that would have been a good video. You could have done that. If you could have done that, and it would have worked absolutely fine on the whole thing.
You have a filthy mind.
Oh well.
What did you think I was going to say? Cock?
That's what you were gonna say.
Dirty mind, degenerate pig you are. All homosexuals are degenerate.
No, they're not. Well, you're the one who said it. So, so that's how it like works.
Many people think we are deviates and degenerates, and we're sick mentally. They should only know, darling, how happy we are. You'd be so miserable.
There you go. You gotta like love it. So I hope everybody's doing well in the pandemic. Everybody's staying safe. Everybody's not wanting to pull all their hair out. It's been very, very boring, I think, at times for everybody. And we've watched a lot of television. If you want a good drama to watch, which the best writing ever, I've been binging How to Get Away with Murder, all like 6 seasons. I'm like on the 4th one. It's very, very good. And I think that everybody should definitely watch it. The writing is excellent. And Ron watches mostly documentaries.
I'm intelligent.
And I don't watch documentaries, but we do
He's
watch Law and
ignorant.
Order SVU.
Documentaries teach. Television today demoralizes, hurts your brain. You know, I love Mariska Hargitay. You know, what the fuck are you, in English lesson today?
Well,
shut up.
I've got a doctorate.
Yeah, in assology.
Yeah.
In assology. Anyway, I love Mariska Hargitay, Jane Mansfield's daughter. Of course I love her because I love Jane Mansfield. Anyway, I'm tired of that show with the rape. Everybody's getting raped. Boys, girls, horses, cows. Everybody gets raped. I wonder if it's not influencing girls today to sort of think that they can get away with that sort of stuff. A guy breaks up with them and they're angry, so they go to the police and say he raped me, when in fact she was, giving him head in the back of the car for years. But what are you going to do?
That's terrible. Don't make everything dirty.
I didn't make it dirty. Giving head.
First of all, it's called.
We have Craighead coming on. What's dirty about his name? Craighead. Does he give head? Craighead.
And anyway, it's called Law and Order Special Victims Unit. So the reason why every episode is about rape and stuff is because it's all about sex crimes.
I know that, but too much of anything sucks. Here, this thing fell out of the computer. Is it going to turn this off?
No, that's something I took out.
I like happy movies. I like Breakfast at Tiffany's, those sort of films, fantasy, love stories, pretty scenery, beautiful costumes, beautiful people. I don't like dark, dense, dirty buildings, like dilapidated, condemned buildings with filthy ragamuffins running around and ugly hairdos. And I like pretty. But I came from that era where everything was beautiful. Sophia Loren movie or Marilyn Monroe movie. What was better than seeing Marilyn Monroe on screen?
We just ended Jane Russell's month on TCM too. We watched a bunch of Jane Russell movies.
And I got to tell you something. It pulled on my heartstrings. Seeing Jane for so many weeks brought her to my mind so much. And I kept telling Jimmy little stories about Jane. She did not like the Gypsy movie at all. She wasn't happy with it one bit. But I think that was Howard Hughes' payback for her not wanting to do a lot of stuff that he wanted. He wanted her always to expose her bosoms and be in the scantiest clad clothing she could possibly be in. And always, like Jane said, they'd have her picking up a bucket of water and the camera would be up there to get her cleavage. Cleavage back then was a no-no. Today, I mean, we see cleavage, we see nipples, we see everything. But back then, the church condemned that film. They said, no, The Outlaw is a filthy film. It's going to, corrupt young men, make them go blind from what they'll do when they see the film. Then she did French Line, which was in 3D in a scantily clad costume doing a striptease. And that really flipped them out. They really said Jane Russell is like almost pornographic. And she wasn't at all. She was a very religious lady who lived a very straight-laced life. She was married, had children. She's a good woman. She's a good person. So I defend my Janie Poo. That was my nickname for her, was Janie Poo. And my nickname was Billy. Silly Billy. That's what she'd call me. Silly Billy. And I would call her Janie Poo. and we had a wonderful friendship for many years. And I love and miss my Jane Russell.
So you guys should watch the Jane Russell movies whenever you get a chance. They're really cool. And for those of you who don't love beautiful things, we watched a really cool movie on Netflix. I think it's called Code 8 or Code 9. It's got Stephen and Robbie Amell, the two brothers, in it. And he's the guy from Arrow. And it was basically about people who everybody has different like human powers and stuff. And it was set in the future, and it was very cool. The police flew around like in these spaceships and stuff. It was very fun. You guys, I think, will like it a lot. We also want to welcome Michaela Singleton to the chat. What's up, Michaela? How are you?
It's nice now that you see everybody.
I know. I love it.
Anyway, this week I went through a battery of tests because, turning 80, I really have to clear something up. I'm turning 80 going on 50, if you understand what I mean. It's just a stupid number. I don't know why it happens that I have that number 80 when I'm only 50 in every way, health, mentality, and spirit. I've had more fingers in places that I shouldn't tell you from all of my inspections. What they didn't do to me, they stuck it here, they stuck it there, they put it up here, they pulled it down there. But anyway, you have to do that when you get to be a certain age. Like I said on Facebook, tune your car. We all do that. The car lights up, it says tune-up time. But if we have a palpitation, or if we're not feeling too well, or if, walking that extra block makes us fatigue, we don't see it as a signal that possibly maybe we need to go have our heart checked. Possibly we need an angiogram or an angioplasty. Possibly we may need a pacemaker or a stent. This happens when you get to be a certain age. So, folks, the way you care for your car, care for yourselves. Gentlemen, have your testicles checked for cancer. Have your bladder checked for cancer. Have every part of your prostate, your rectum, everything checked for cancer. Because, as you get to be my age, something's going to kill you. And the body's trying to kill you off. And doctors are trying to keep you alive. So it's a battle between your body and science. Well, take it from Ron Russell. Let science win. We can live a long time today. Had this been 50 years ago, I would be dead now. Because I've had several stents put in to protect me from having a stroke or a heart attack. Go. Listen to me, seniors. Go. Get checked.
Also, we want to give another shout out to Fix Auto and Sherry Nelson, Maxim Magazine model, for helping get Ron's car fixed, because Ron brought his car home on Thursday, right?
Yep. I drove baby this morning for a little bit, because you have to drive them once a week, otherwise carbon builds up and it's not a good thing to do. And also the tires, you have to exercise the car. And what a pleasure it was. The top was down. It was about 85 degrees and the sun was out and the breeze was blowing and music was on, and baby and I flew down the road. So it was a happy homecoming.
And we're going to have, they say that heat might be one of the things that kills the coronavirus. And if so, it's been 100 degrees every day this week.
106, 105, 103. It's supposed to cool off now next week and be 95. I like it when it's 90. Between 85 and 90, because it's dry. If this were like when I lived in New York, the humidity would kill me. You perspire. But here it's dry, so you really don't feel the heat. In actuality, if it's 106 out, you stand in the sun, you burn. But if you go in the shade, it's cool.
Yep, he's right.
Also, when I come out of the pool in 105 weather, I'm chilly. My body shakes because you feel the cold air. It's very strange weather.
Yeah, but we can't go in the pool right now. That's one of the things.
No,
that's
the pools
closed.
are closed. We live in a country club development, and the pool is closed.
Actually, everything is closed.
Right. So
pool,
now,
tennis, everything.
Well, what I do is when I go out to water my plants, I put the garden hose on myself, like I did when I was a kid, and that was fun.
There you go.
Well, any port in the storm, my friend. You can't be particular nowadays with this stupid virus. That I hope they open up California soon.
I don't know. I heard that in the film industry, they're possibly going to be opening up Georgia, like in July, but they think California is going to be later in the year, or the beginning of next year.
We're supposed to go to. Am I allowed to say that?
No. Say what?
that we're going to Georgia to
Oh,
film?
we are going to go. We are going to Georgia to film.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm allowed. With you, I'm not allowed to say anything.
We
All
can't
of
say
you.
what it is. We have a film that we're working on.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to work with a camera that has no film in it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're demented today in the business. Years ago, pre-publicity was the answer. They would tell the stars, you're getting paid X amount of dollars for the movie and X amount of dollars for publicity. Go on Johnny Carson's show, go all over you can, and promote the movie. Now, the only one that does it is Joe Kelly, and he's smart. We're promoting Clown Motel 2 like crazy because Clown Motel 2 has got to be probably one of the greatest films ever made, simply because of its cast. Joe Kelly and Angela Joseph have collected all of the best actors and actresses in horror movies, Ron Russell included. That's a nice compliment. And the film has got to be great because all those personalities coming out in a good script. Not that I've gotten my script yet. You know, I said yes to a movie. I haven't read the script. That's how much I trust Joe Kelly.
There you go. So I think our guest is actually in the little.
Hey, he knows all about
is in
this.
the little message room. So
Craighead knows all about this. He's got such good stuff happening.
Absolutely.
You got good stuff going, baby. You're really rocketing up. I know all about you now. Wow.
Oh, we want to say hi to Jason Finney because I think Jason Finney is listening someplace because
Hey,
he just sent me a
Jason.
text. So what's up, Robert Craighead? How you doing?
Just another day in paradise. How are you guys doing?
You really don't need
Good.
the mask. We can't catch
Oh,
you.
I thought maybe I didn't want to take any chances, but
You look like frickin' Anthony Hopkins in
Right.
Silence of the Lambs.
Right. So I want to cut right to, you're really flying now, baby. You're happening.
oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a great couple of years. Yes.
No,
I'm very-
no, not years. I mean, Jimmy's going to go to it, but I understand that you just got the lead in what?
No, not a lead, but
What?
he's in. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. And I'm
First,
excited.
we want him to say hi to
Wait,
everybody.
first, let me say something. This guy is probably one of our greatest actors. Have you ever seen his work? If you have, you're going to enjoy it. He's a natural. He doesn't read lines. He's really old school actor for a change.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Thank
No,
you.
it's true. It's true. Well, I want to be nice to you because if we live in Sherman Oaks, you live there
Yeah,
too.
we want to live in Sherman Oaks.
We want to be
I
nice.
want you to as well because Palm Springs is too far for me to come to a party of yours. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
We actually drove to LA 2 weeks ago and we were looking around at houses. We didn't get out of the car. We just drove around Sherman Oaks and Van Nuys, and we decided that like once I get some of these projects going, we want to move there because we think it would be great.
And I want to move there because Lainey Kazan lives there.
oh, love Lanny.
And I
Kazan.
love,
you
I
live
love
there.
Lainey to pieces. I love it. And I want to see her socially. And
Talk about a wonderful actor. That Lanny Kazan is.
Lainey
amazing.
is a wonderful everything. She's my favorite person in the world. I only want to take her to the Jewish deli for her birthday on Ventura Boulevard. What's the name of that deli?
Jerry's Deli.
Yeah, love that place.
So hold
Yeah.
on, we have a chat room full of people.
Hang on, wait. Lainey turns 80 years old in a couple of, like after my birthday. I'm May 28th. Lainey sometime in June.
They're both 80, gonna be 80.
Both 80 from Brooklyn. How do you like that?
Wow, neither one of you. I would not suspect either one of you. No.
Yeah, Lainey doesn't look 80, not at all. She's
Well-
she's trapped in the house having a nervous attack. She's an active lady, you know. She wants to sing, perform, and go. And this trapment is just terrible for everyone. How about you? How are
Hang
you
on.
surviving?
We've got a whole chat room full of people. Yes, everybody in the chat room. He's the guy from Future Man. Say hi. Say hi to the chat room. We got like all countries represented.
He's a big shot. This is no little crappy actor.
And I have to tell you a story. Okay, so we're watching TV the other night. I don't even know. Maybe it was the Sci-Fi Channel. Like he wasn't watching. I was watching it, and all of a sudden I saw like this really cheesy shark movie, and all these people getting eaten by sharks and stuff. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of it is Robert Craighead, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so awesome!"
What was he doing?
And the name of the movie was Damn Sharks. And you're like a sheriff. You're like the sheriff or something. You're like
No. I was like an old hermit living back in the
Oh, that's
woods.
right. Okay, an old hermit living. You guys, it was so much fun.
Yeah, usually I play sheriffs. Yeah.
Yeah, I play sheriffs too.
But it was fun though. It was just like Sharknado, you guys. The sharks were just coming out of everywhere and eating the shit out of everybody, and they were like in a little river. You know, you have these big ass sharks in this like little river. It was so much fun. I love those cheesy fun movies like that. And I was looking at your IMDb, and you got another cheesy fun one I think called Crabs. So it's going to be like giant crabs or something.
Yeah, the Fukushima power plant. Whenever in Japan, whenever it, you know, some crabs got infected and mutated, and they land ashore up in Northern California, and I'm the sheriff there. Yeah, so
I hope these.
You're like the go-to guy though now for sheriffs.
I hope these films are camp, because I'm in a couple of Lulus coming up. I can't discuss the scripts, but I'm in about 6 future films, and one is like weirder. Like, what's the word I want to use? One is less Hollywood than the, I don't know. How do you put it when you're in these $2 films?
No, but these are not $2 films because his airs on TV.
Yeah, no, I'm in one that's $1.5 million, so I really can't say. I'm not even supposed to say that. I'll be killed if I say it. But yeah, it's $1.5 million movie, which today is crap. It's nothing. It's not a lot of money.
So hold on. Did you have fun doing that? Because I thought that damn sharks thing, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like,
I would love to do it.
It would be a lot of fun. We filmed up in Bakersfield. The biggest problem I had was it was in we filmed it in like December, and it was on the Kern River outside of Bakersfield, and it was freezing. Yeah, so and we were having to get into the water and stuff, but we had to get it finished in time for Sharknado week, you know. So
yes, I think that's hilarious. I freaking love it. So you guys, Robert Craighead, you can follow him in social media. He's at Robert Craighead. Congratulations on being like the go-to sheriff guy now in all these big things that you got going on. First of all.
I'm thrilled, man. I'll play a sheriff all day long, every day of the week, 24/7, man. It's
sheriff is good. I play sheriffs or gangsters, either mafia or sheriff. A nasty cop or a nasty gangster. I guess I'm a nasty person. I don't know. But in real life, I'm not. I'm so opposite. Are you opposite your characters, or do you ever find yourself in any of the characters you've played?
Well, yeah, I have to have part of myself in every character I play.
No. I mean your feelings, your political beliefs, or your religious beliefs.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a very political person.
We aren't either.
We're not either.
Yeah, I just don't.
You know, I don't
stand on anything. I hate whenever I like on social media, people that try and like blast your news feed with all this political stuff. It's like, you're never going to change anyone's mind about their.
I know. We don't do it either.
No,
I agree.
Not at all.
So let's do some.
But wait a minute. When I play a tough gangster from Brooklyn, mafioso, I'm really good and tough. I sort of can't sometimes find the character because I'm gay. And I don't want the character to have any kind of a gay movement. So I really work hard because I'm supposed to be.
Because he's such a queen.
Well, shut up, you
Wait,
fat
you're
old man.
gay?
No, I'm not gay. Jimmy is. He married me.
Okay.
But,
well, I knew Jimmy was, but
no. So it's very hard for a gay actor to be totally tough and straight without flipping a wrist at some point, saying, "I'm going to kill that son of a bitch." So easy for you.
That movie.
You're straight. So easy for you to play a cop.
So let's wait.
Wait a minute. I'm going to finish my question. Now, what if we cast you as a gay man? Where would you pull that from?
He call you.
No, he call you, you big fag. You're the big Mary Lou Queen.
Ron Russell.
You're called Dr. Nurse Jimmy Starr, the big fairy.
Well, we all have our feminine side, and so it's like we all have a feminine and child within all of us.
I would love to see you playing a broad. You'd be the ugliest broad, probably.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're
he tells me that
no,
too.
You're such a butch, handsome man. I don't think it's not a feminine feature on you. You're a rugged.
But that's one of his goals, though. So
no, but he's a rugged, handsome man.
When they redo Tu Wong Fu, you could play the Wesley Snipes part or one of those. So let's do some bragging. All right.
All right.
So you're playing a new sheriff, Sheriff Walker Conley, on the TV show Ruthless. It's a spinoff of The Oval, and these are Tyler Perry shows, so you know they're like hugely major. And Ruthless,
Love him to death.
the new season of Ruthless starts tomorrow, right?
No, actually, it starts back up tomorrow. It's been on for, I think this will be the 7th episode tomorrow or tonight at midnight, actually, on BET Plus. And there's 24 episodes total. I'm in like 14 or 15 of them. And it's really an intense show. It's I bring a little bit of comedic relief in there a little bit. But it's a lot of fun. I actually, Tyler, when we were filming one episode, because Tyler's a huge country music fan.
I'm going to interrupt you. How is he as a person? I love him. I think he's a gentle, sweet, kind man. Am I right?
He's absolutely the most generous, loving, caring human being.
I love that man. I'd love to meet him one day. I'm so in awe of him.
Wait a
minute. And when he plays in Drag the Old Lady, Medea, I scream from him.
Oh, we see everything.
I
Medea.
cry from him. I wouldn't miss a Medea movie for anything. He is fabulous.
Yeah.
I love that man. And
so
you're
wait,
lucky
go back.
to work with
He's
him.
a country music fan, and you sing country music.
I sing country music. Well, anyway, we were shooting, and Tyler likes to throw things out to you while you're filming a scene, you know. And so the scene had really ended, and he goes, and I'm talking with this FBI agent who we're infiltrating this cult that's outside of this small town where I'm the sheriff. And anyway, at the end of one of the scenes, Tyler goes, ask him if he likes country music. So I go, you like country music? And he says, well, actually, no. and Tyler goes, well, sing him a song. So I start singing this song that I wrote with Paul Overstreet, who is a multi-Grammy and CMA award winner. Great guy. Wrote Forever and Ever Amen. When You Say Nothing at All, some wonderful songs. And I'm privileged to have written a song with him. And anyway, so I start singing it, and it just worked out really well. And so they're going to be using it in the show. So I'm like, really thrilled.
Now let's get away from showbiz. Are you married still or what?
Of course.
Yes.
I don't know.
35 years. Yeah.
Yay, that is awesome.
No, I didn't know if you were married or not because I saw you making out with that 21-year-old broad with the big boobs at the last party. That's only a joke, folks. Not true. So don't spread it around. The first time we met Bob, we were all happy. Let's put it that way. We all had a few, right, Bob? Didn't we have a few?
Yeah. But we had done a few interviews already, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we already knew him. So
No. We knew him on television, but we never met him in person.
Right.
I met you in person in the place that I punched the guy in the face and got thrown out.
Did you really? Where's it?
Yeah.
No, there was a girl. I go around to all the beautiful girls and ask them if they're actresses, and if they are, I want to know. Maybe we put them on the show. So this big tall jerk was standing talking to some tomato, a real piece of ass. And I went over to her. I said, "What's your name?" Blah blah blah. And he pushes my shoulder. I said, "Excuse me, don't touch me." So he said to me, whatever. Then he said to me, "You look like you're dressed in cheap clothes." So I started to laugh. I said, "Excuse me." He said, "Yeah." He said, "You look like shit. You really dress crappy."
And then
I guess he thought I was trying to hit on his girl or the girl he was trying to make. He was coked up. He was definitely rapid talking.
He said, "You look like a Miami Vice faggot."
He said, "You look like a Miami Vice faggot." So I gave him a right hook to the kisser and knocked him in the water almost in the little pool. Then I threw him down the stairs.
And then we got thrown out.
And then I got thrown out.
The party I was at?
Yeah. It was a big to-do.
I missed all that.
Well,
it got really crazy after.
Nobody's going to call me a faggot and not get hit. I'm sorry. That's wrong.
And the guy was like in his 50s. So like Ron put him on. When he hit me, the guy fell on the ground on the floor.
I knocked him right down, the piece of shit.
Well, kudos to you, man. Nobody.
Don't screw around with Italians from Brooklyn.
Actually, in the chat room, they're saying somebody said, "Hey, Angela said she saw you in 911."
911 Lone Star. Yeah, I played Happy Stan. I love that. It was like that was such a fun part, and got to be tossed around by a bull, and it it was a fun part. I worked with Liv Tyler on that as well, and Timothy E. Goodwin. He was a very funny guy. But that show is Rob Lowe and Liv Tyler's show, and it's a new one from Ryan Murphy. And so it's going to have your drama and your comedy in it. And I kick off the show with this great funny speech, and then this bull gets loose at my car lot. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
They said you were excellent in it. So first of all, how cool is that though? Because since the last time we had you on the show, you've done like a ton of shit.
Yeah, last year I was really.
I don't think that's the right word for work.
You've done a ton of great work.
That's better.
Okay.
I do mostly the shit work. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna get off this theater crap. So, how many years you married?
35. He told you.
No,
35 years.
Are you speaking? What do you got?
He just told you like 3 minutes ago.
You don't know where I'm going with my jokes.
Okay.
You cannot step on the button. You ruin all my jokes. Listen, Robert, will you do me a favor? Lend me $4,000. I want to divorce this son of a bitch. Anyway, so how many years are you married?
35 years.
And how did you meet your wife and where?
I met her doing. We were auditioning for a play. It was Tartuffe in North Hollywood back in 1983, 84, something like that. And she was actually engaged to another guy, and I stole her away. Yeah, so.
There you go.
Well,
those are the stories we like.
Well, that's listen, my dog is barking. All our dogs are barking.
All your dogs are barking.
Yeah, we have 3 dogs. No, because people like to hear about your work, but they also want to know who you are. And our show brings out the personality of the person. People will love you more and your work if they know who you are and what you're all about. I mean, years ago, actors and actresses were done by the studio. They put the publicity out, and people would fall in love with Clark Gable, Joan Crawford, Betty Davis because of the magic.
He's too young to know who.
Yeah, but they really had no idea who they were behind the scenes, So.
Yeah. So when I interview our guests, I always want to get human. You know, like what's your favorite meal? Does your wife cook?
Actually, she's been cooking a lot lately. Her and I both.
And what are you making? What kind of meals? What kind of meals are you making?
Last night we had chicken shish kebab and salad. The night before was salmon, Cajun salmon. Yeah.
You eat healthy. Is your wife still working in film or stage or something?
No, actually, she really didn't pursue it much after we got married, and now she is a bigwig executive with develops health and wellness programs for large corporations for an integrated health company. Yeah,
that's cool.
So not only is she beautiful, sexy, but she's got a brain.
She's very, very sharp. A lot of people say I married way above my grade.
I don't think so. I think you're terrific. But anyway, any children came out of this beautiful marriage?
Yes, we have one daughter, and she's 34, and she has given us 2 beautiful grandchildren.
Good.
One is 4, and the other one just turned 1 during this lockdown, so we weren't able to. We haven't seen them for 2 months, and it's and they only live 5 minutes away from us. And
yeah, well, it stinks.
It's
absolutely. Really both my daughters had birthdays, and I wasn't able to be with them to give them a cake, a kiss, or a gift, and it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
So I went over to my daughter Deirdre's house, and I just grabbed her. I didn't give a shit. I said, "Get over here." I grabbed her and I hugged her and I kissed her on the shoulder. I said, "I needed that hug. I can't."
If it was up to me, I would be there. My daughter will not allow it though.
Well, once it's done, she can't say anything. What is she going to say? Don't hug and kiss my kid? Just say, "Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot."
Well, she won't open the door. That's why.
Just like children. Don't we love them? Does your daughter call you or only text message you?
We've been doing a lot of FaceTiming, about 2 or 3 times a day. So,
you're lucky. She likes
during
you.
it. yeah, I mean, we get to see our grandchildren, play with them a little bit. My granddaughter, like I said, she's 1, and she has this little play kitchen, and her big thing is to take the phone and put me in the refrigerator on that little play set, or in the oven, and or lay me down on the floor and laugh at me, and of course I'll be going, "Hey, let me up!"
That's so much fun,
Well,
though.
that's fun being a grandfather. Those are the rewards of living long and having children with grandchildren. That's life's reward, or our children. Sometimes. Not all my friends agree with me, but majority do. Okay, now what else? Let's talk about something serious. Like, how do you stay healthy? Give me advice. Give people out there advice. I'm on that kick this week. Do you get tested for everything?
I've kind of like put on the quarantine 15. Like this, the first few weeks that this lockdown happened, and because my gym closed, and you kind of figure, well, I'm just going to wait this out. It'll be all right in a couple of weeks, and then after a few weeks, and I started putting on some pounds, I'm like going, oh my God, I got to get back on track. So I go out and walk every day, and do push-ups, set-ups, and then I watch what I eat. I don't eat any fried food, hardly any red meat ever.
Good for you.
Lots of fish and chicken and vegetables. So
you eat healthy, you look healthy now. But the question I want, because I'm promoting good health for senior citizens. I don't know that you're a senior yet. You don't look it if you are. But if you had a pain in your groin, you would go to a doctor, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Many people out there say it's gas, and then they die from pancreatic cancer or other cancers. So my thing this week is telling people, please, if you have any kind of a suspicion or a feeling of anything that's not quite right, go to your doctor. Doctors will see you. You can call your doctor. He will make an appointment. In fact, doctors are not busy at all. Most of the doctor friends.
Actually, like I said, I walk every day, and there's a hospital close by here, and I'm walking by there, and I was surprised to see there was hardly any activity at the hospital. And I was like, well, wait a minute. But it's because
people are afraid to go. They think they're going to catch the virus. But let me tell you something.
Dying because they're not going in.
I saw 3 doctors yesterday because I'm going to turn 80, and I think it's time to get a total GI physical to make sure everything is functioning. And every doctor's office I went to, they took my temperature when I went in. They asked if I've been tested. We stayed 6 feet apart, masks and gloves. There was nobody in there. The place is sanitized. All they kept doing was cleaning it. So, folks, listen to me and Robert and Jimmy. If you don't feel well, do not wait for this epidemic to be over and we're free. Go see your doctor.
It's a great time. You don't have to wait.
He will see you.
And don't wait to work out either. Keep yourself healthy,
Right.
I'm walking every day.
I want Robert Craighead to tell his fans. Tell them what they should do. Go see
a doctor. If
And
you're,
Robert,
How far do you walk?
Go see a doctor.
How far do you walk every day?
Usually, like, I don't know, anywhere between 3 and 4 miles a day.
Okay, you got me beat. I'm doing 2 1/4 because I
Are
walk.
you running or walking?
No, I'm just walking. I'm walking with the dogs. We have 3 dogs, so I walk around our development 3 times, and it's 2 1/4 miles if you do all 3 times, and I do 1 time with each dog.
Yeah, my dog, we did that in the beginning, and she loved it and was very excited, loving life. And then I think she got a little tired of it after.
I watch Jimmy from the window walking the dogs, and I get exhausted.
Well, you look like you work out all the time, Ron.
I don't sit still for a second.
Healthy. He eats very healthy.
I eat like you do. I mean, I'm a very healthy eater. I do not like McDonald's or Burger King or any of that crap. Those horrible junky restaurants. I've always eaten well, even when I eat out. I will have healthy food. My only downfall is I'm a chocolate fiend. I love chocolate, and it's good for you, but not too good for you. Except
my weakness is frozen yogurt, man.
Well, I can knock off a 7-layer chocolate cake with a glass of milk by myself.
I like cheeseburgers. I like cheeseburgers and French fries.
Jimmy eats everything that's chemical. If it's made with acid and
I like Chipotle. I could eat Chipotle every day of the week. I love it so
he does.
much.
He almost does for lunch.
I love Chipotle.
That's pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's
you know?
pretty
There's not
healthy.
much you put in it. You know?
I also like Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
I mean, any crap food there is. I mean, it's amazing he's still alive. I'm a good cook. I'm an Italian cook, and I cook nice meals. And you got to see what he does to my meals. He pushes this aside. He picks the olives out of this. He doesn't like
I don't like the onions.
the onions. He doesn't like the sun-dried. What the hell are you eating? I told him, you dissected the entire meal. He has the worst palate, worst dining palate I've ever met.
Which, by the way, Meg Ruddick joined us in the chat room, and
Hey,
it's her
Meggie.
birthday, so we just say happy birthday, Meg.
my lovely Meg.
Happy birthday.
Yay!
I want to talk about her husband, Alan, who is a hero. Alan is a pulmonary doctor, pulmonist, and he is working in the hospital around the clock, helping people with the virus. He is tested 2 and 3 times a day. He's just one of the most wonderful friends that we have. Alan is a hero. And my Meg, who's a gorgeous girl who looks like Grace Kelly, by the way, they are 2 of the dearest, most loved friends
They
of
say
mine.
that you're a very good cook. Everybody in the chat room says Burger King and McDonald's is shit, but Chipotle is good.
Good. Anyway,
So hold on, let's go back. I want to go back to because people in the chat room, especially fans, want to know what. So I saw your post on Facebook, and you said you were going to tell us about Ruthless, which again starts tonight at midnight on BET Plus. BET Plus, is that right?
BET Plus, yeah, it's a streaming. It's BET streaming network, and right now you can get it like on Amazon or online. You can get it for free for a week and get caught up, and then it's like I think $9.99 a month.
Yeah, $9.99. I thought we have that.
It's definitely worth it. I mean,
So-
there's a lot of great shows.
So on your post, you said you were going to tell us about that, and there was something else you were going to tell us. What's the other thing you got coming out or doing?
Oh, I've got 3 movies that should be coming out later this year. One is let's see, Shooting Star, which is a Western from Pfeiffer Worldwide. Michael Pfeiffer and I've done 3 movies with him now, and he does a lot of movies for Lifetime. And actually, one of the films I did with him is showing Friday on the Lifetime Network, Saving My Baby.
That's the one. Okay, that's what I remember reading that. You wrote that down. Okay, Saving My Baby.
And then let's see, Kombucha Cure. Do you guys know Jason Bernard and Roberto JR Productions?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw a movie. I did a movie with them called Halloween.
Oh yeah, I saw that though.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're the producers of that. Yeah, and anyway, they and Ginger Knight Films co-produced this film called Kombucha Cure, which is directed by Cecilia Choi. It's kind of a dark comedy about the medical field and how they, deny patients needed surgeries, etc., and how this one community started kind of screwing over the insurance company. And anyway, so it's a fun movie. It's both funny and dark, but it's definitely got a message there. And let's see. Then another one I'm really excited about. Now, this goes against any character I ever played, is Dweller from Pacific Shore Films. And I believe Blumhouse is going to be releasing it. They want a theatrical release, but I think they may be leaning towards going on Netflix with it. It's a horror movie. And
I love horror. That's my favorite genre.
And I play an old hermit out in the woods again, and
like in Damn Sharks.
yeah, except I can't give away the plot, but I'm not a very nice guy. So
okay, I bet you could be though, like because you're like kind of like intimidating. You get that deep voice and shit. I bet if you're playing an asshole, you can really play like a good asshole though.
Well,
He could take lessons from you. He could take drama lessons from you. Listen, not to say it because I'm going to get killed for saying this, but I don't give a shit. I heard a whisper that very possibly you're going to be in a film that I'm in, maybe if it gets done. Yeah, if it gets funded. I heard somebody say, "Oh, let's get Robert." Anyway, so
Wow.
yeah, I don't know
That's
if we're in
awesome.
the, I don't know if we're in,
I'm gonna be getting work.
we may not be in the same scene, but I know that we may be in the same. I'm getting hit. I'm not supposed to say anything anymore.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back.
I just thought I'd tell you
So
that
you're
to make,
also-
to make your day.
I have 18 films in development at the moment that I'm producing.
And you're going to be in one. And you're going to be in
so
one.
you're on my list of like I have to like provide lists of
How
actors.
come you can say it and I can't?
I didn't say anything.
I've got one that I need some financing for. I need to send you the script over.
I have 18 films that I'm like working on, and every time I do it, I have to like provide a list, and these are like, and so I have a list of actors that I know well enough that I have their phone number, and then I have another list of actors that I have an email address, and I have another list of actors, you know, who I can message things on Twitter because they follow me. I have like all these like different lists of different levels of famous people, and so you're on my list.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you. If Jimmy invites you to a red carpet or a big event,
he'll go. He's on already.
Your name gets on already. Other people's don't. They say not big enough.
I know that's true.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Give you a little.
Well, I love going and seeing you guys. I think
we do too.
I was, you know what? Because that last one, it was the Oscar party.
Susie Wong.
No, not Susie. Oh yeah, Susie Wong.
No,
you went to Susie Wong's. Yeah.
He didn't go.
You didn't go.
But I'm thinking because
you were invited.
Yes,
I was invited. Yeah, but I was.
Why didn't you go?
Going to come, but my wife and I got so sick, and I'm thinking that it might have been COVID. COVID-19, because we stayed up all night coughing and hacking for like a month. It was horrible. We didn't get to any of the holiday parties.
Let me tell you something, my friend. We've been to a few Oscar events that were horrible. They were disgusting. I didn't even want to be there. Susie Wong threw an affair.
Sue Wong.
I call her Susie because she's cute. She likes me. She danced with me. We're in love already. Susie and I did. She is fabulous woman. Number one, I call her the Dragon Lady because she looks like the Dragon Lady with all her beautiful shit. Anyway, her Oscar party was by far the best in Hollywood, better than any of the biggies. She had a fashion show out of this world with the most gorgeous gowns and dresses and beautiful Asian women, 6 foot tall.
She's a fashion.
I'm speaking rude. Wait a minute. The food was fabulous. Usually the food stinks at those affairs. She had steak and potatoes and vegetables. Was lovely. The dessert was drop dead. It was some kind of a crazy chocolate mousse, strawberry, whatever. I was in love.
Now you're making me feel worse about not being able.
Wait a minute. The best part is I went over to Susie and I said, "Listen, where's the Chinese food? I thought you would have Chinese food." She said, "Well, didn't you eat the hors d'oeuvres? They were all Chinese hors d'oeuvres." I said, "No." Somebody handed me a slate and said, "Ron, would you do us a favor? The slater is not here. So could you slate everybody going on the carpet?" And I missed the whole cocktail hour because I was working slating it. And I was so pissed off. But anyway,
I read where Jimmy gave you a hard time about asking her the Chinese food.
Yes.
Everybody got so offended. They're so fucking politically correct today. I can vomit.
You can't say anything.
Please. Look, if you came to my house and said, "Ronnie, you're making Italian food," what am I going to throw you out?
Coming to my house and saying, "Hey, are you going to barbecue because I'm Texan?" You know.
No, you're right.
Susie Wong is Chinese. I expect her to have Chinese food. I don't expect to have French food. I mean, give me a fucking break. Anyway, I love her. She is absolutely the most mysteriously fascinating woman and a talent like you can't believe. Those creations that she made, first of all, her dresses start $2,000-$3,000 for a cotton dress. She's not in.
No.
Oh yeah, she's expensive.
They're like $1,200 for a dress.
Excuse me, make a liar out of me for $400. Anyway,
for a cotton dress, they're all beaded and everything.
No. Those gowns are in the $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 range. She only the president's wife. What's her name? Melania. She owns some Sue Wong. Sue Wong is not in department stores. She's a couture designer.
She's in Neiman's.
She's in Neiman's. Why you shop there? You know?
No, I googled it to see where you can go buy.
She's in Neiman's. Go check out her prices. She's extremely expensive, but extremely fabulous.
No, next year, wherever we go next year, we'll get you on the list because they love you. Everybody loves you.
You're coming to the Oscars at Sue Wong's next. We're definitely going to Sue Wong's.
Absolutely.
We're on that invite list always.
It was a lot of fun.
I loved her party. It was the best party I've ever been to.
I was looking forward to it.
Oh, you
and
would have loved it. You had to see the people that showed up.
we missed so many parties. Yeah.
You actually know everybody. You probably knew
this
them all.
was like Oscar night. The girls came, the young girls in gorgeous gowns with their bosoms hanging out and gorgeous bodies, and the men were stunningly dressed, handsome. Everybody looked like Hollywood of years ago. It was a very elegant affair. A beautiful room, the chandeliers. It was just, and
gorgeous too.
And the entertainment was great. And Sue Wong looked like a canary. She was all in black feathers. And I said to her, this is true. I said, the last person I was with that had feathers like you was Zsa Zsa Gabor. And she turned to me, she said, don't ever compare me to her again.
Well, there's a story there, I'm sure.
So,
yeah, there's a story there.
So there's a story, exactly. But, the music came on and she came over to me and started dancing with me, and the two of us were falling in love. We were dancing. She's really quite a beautiful woman, very striking, like a dragon lady in an old Charlie Chan movie.
Yeah, Charlie Chan, yeah. No, I saw all the pictures that you guys posted, and
fabulous event. If you get invited next year and you don't go, you know what? You don't belong.
No, this is true. Well,
not you. I mean, audience, not you.
No.
No.
You'll go. So hold on.
Well, I like to brag. We have 5.5 million people right now.
4.5.
I like 5.5.
I know, but that extra million is making up.
Dean said to me,
we were numbered top 100 on iTunes. I mean, on iHeart this week again.
Good. Dean is our producer who shoots us all over the world. And Dean said to me, it was 5.5 million, Jimmy, not 4.5 million. Call Dean and ask him.
Okay.
Well, I need those guys to follow me on Instagram.
I need them to follow me too, because you guys follow Robert on Instagram. Is it Robert Craighead on Instagram?
It's Robert Craighead on Instagram.
And I'm Dr. Timmy Starr, and Ron is Ron Russell Show, you guys, because I need it. Are you on TikTok?
I haven't figured it out yet, man. I'm like,
I never heard of it.
I joined it on Saturday, and I have figured out. I did 7 videos and put up there, and then you can share it to your Instagram. And I got a lot of plays, like especially when I shared it to Instagram. My Instagram's starting to do good, but I can't get verified on Instagram. I don't know why. Everybody else, I even found a fake account.
Either.
Jimmy, you cannot get verified on that account because they found out you're not really a doctor.
Oh, that's ha ha ha! I found out literally. I found I found a fake account that's verified on Instagram, and I was like, "This is fucking ridiculous! Like, this isn't even the real person." And they're verified, and I can't. And I've been turned down like 7 times. I try it like every month.
Oh, I haven't tried in a long time. I tried once several years ago, and they didn't. And I'm like, who needs it?
Yeah,
I have to say something. How many times have we won that award in a row? That what we're on now, that whatever you just said.
We haven't won it. We just
whatever it is. They put
We've
us
been in the top 100 podcasts on iHeart like 10 times.
Okay. Then for a while we weren't. And I didn't understand why. Last week I talked about Eileen Shapiro's boobs. We went on again. Every time I talk about the size of Eileen Shapiro's tits, we get the thing and we get in there. So I'm going to talk today. I want to be on again next week. Eileen Shapiro has the biggest tits anyone ever saw in your life.
She's not listening right now.
No, but she'll hear about it from somebody. We went. We did a film shoot in a crazy house.
He met Eileen.
He knows Eileen. We did a crazy shoot in Long Island, and we were sneaking into the crazy house to shoot it. Film.
It was a ghost hunt.
And Eileen Shapiro was climbing a 6-foot chain link fence, and her boobs went over the fence, and she was on one side and the boobs were hanging on the other.
She got
stuck. This is true. And then she said to me, Ron, help me push my boobs up. I was hysterical laughing, bent over. I couldn't even do it.
It's in our comic book that's coming out in a week.
So finally I got both my hands, I swear to God, and I pushed those friggin' watermelons up, and she fell down on the other side, and she was so mad at me. She said, thanks a lot for helping me. I said, Eileen, I couldn't help it. You had to see what it looked like. You on one side and those friggin' cannons hanging on the other side. It was, I wish we had it on video. It was a scream.
I'm surprised you didn't. Everything
gets. We do have it on video.
Not Eileen's tits hanging from the fence.
We do too.
We do?
Of course we do.
Oh, let's run it for everybody. Now that I spoke about it, we have to show our audience.
Everybody can go to our YouTube channel and watch our ghost hunt, and then you'll see it.
It's hysterical.
So hold on, let's go back.
One thing, Eileen's boobs are real. There are no water bags in there. She's all natural. And I love Eileen, and she loves it. She said, Ron Russell has made my breasts so famous. I'm so
She has
grateful.
a book coming out soon, so she's happy to get the publicity.
Right. No,
So,
she said, I
so you
made
guys,
her
this
boobs
is Robert
famous.
Craighead, and he's been in so many great things, but some of the things that we've talked about, you want to see him in Damn Sharks whenever it plays again. That plays on Sci-Fi? Was that on Sci-Fi?
Oh yeah, it's a sci-fi movie.
A sci-fi movie, you guys. He's got his Crabs hasn't come out yet, right?
No, no, that one hasn't come out. I don't know when that one will come out. I made that a few years ago, and I think they may have run into some distribution problems. But.
Okay, well then you have Smothered by Mothers, which I only brought it up because it's got Heather Matazzero and Burt Lang and Jamie Bernadette, which we see Jamie Bernadette every time we go someplace. She's always there.
Oh yeah, Jamie's a sweetheart. I love Jamie. Yeah.
And then you guys, Ruthless, which is on BET Plus, the streaming BET channel. It's the spinoff from the Oval.
Let me give you the plot on Ruthless. Okay, I'm the sheriff of this little town in Virginia, and a cult, a religious sex cult, who keeps their members by drugging them and sexual perversions. And anyway, they set up outside my little town, and me and the FBI are working together to infiltrate this cult called the Rockadoochies. But it is awesome. It's a great show, one of Tyler Perry's best.
Okay, I can't wait. So I'm gonna watch it.
Now, have you been to his studio in Atlanta?
That's where we film. Yeah, I've done this.
I heard it's quite a studio.
Yeah, it's 330 acres. This is my second series that I've done for Tyler, and I played the sheriff in the other one. I'm too close to home.
Too close to home. You guys got to watch it. It was awesome. We had several people from that show on our show, actually.
Yeah, I love Tyler Perry. I love Tyler Perry Studios. Everybody there. When I first went there and was filming Too Close to Home, the first week I was like, everybody is like smiling and everybody's so happy. And I'm like, it was like what you would imagine working at Disneyland would be like. Of course, I've found out that that's not true, but at Disneyland, but It is true at Tyler Perry Studios. And, I found that out that, everyone was genuinely happy to be working there, thrilled to death. And it's the happiest place on earth. I love working for those guys.
It used to be that way years ago. Years ago, I was with Universal. Back in those days, everybody was friendly and polite, and we used to joke around. I was on a horse for 17 weeks with Brenda Vaccaro and Sarah. And, sitting on a horse for 10 hours a day is no fun. Riding up and down, the same shit over and over again. And
I worked with Brenda.
I love Brenda.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Brenda is a sweetie pie. She's an Italian from Texas, and her parents owned a pizzeria, so we were in like buddies. I haven't seen Brenda in a long time because her husband's not really nice. I called her up, and her husband answered, and he said, "Oh, Brenda's not socializing or speaking to anyone in the business anymore. She's retired." And I thought, what nerve on that son of a bitch. But anyway, when I moved to Sherman Oaks, because she lives in Van Nuys, so I'm going to knock on Brenda's door. I have every intention to. And if the husband gives me any problem, I'll punch him in the face.
I have her phone number. He answers, right?
Brenda is a lovely girl.
She said he's got her phone number, but the husband answers. Yeah,
I have Brenda's phone number also.
Yeah,
I called years ago, and I don't understand why he was so mean. I mean, not nice or polite, just very rough and gruff.
So anyway, hold on. Let's go back. So you guys watch him in Future Man, Why Women Kill, 911, Too Close to Home, The Last Heights. And don't you have a movie in production that something that you're it hasn't started. It's in pre-production where you're going to play a country star.
Right. That's the one I'm going to sell to you.
Okay.
No, actually, it's being shopped around right now by a few different production companies, and it's going to get made probably within the next year or so.
Good. And keep in mind, I make a very attractive cowboy on a horse. I do.
It's his country music, so
I really look. No, I really look good as a cowboy. I think I look best as a cowboy.
Wait, have you recorded? I know you had 2 songs you recorded. Have you recorded any more?
Yeah, I've actually got 4 songs out now. and one of them that I co-wrote with Paul Overstreet. That you go to Reverb Nation. I put them out there, but they haven't. Two new ones haven't been released yet. So I'm saving them for my movie.
Okay.
But however, I do sing the chorus to one of them on Ruthless.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching Ruthless now that I know you're in it. But that's the second season, right? So I have to go back and watch the first season first.
No. It's a new series.
It's a brand new.
It's only been, like I said, it started March 19th, but you can watch and get caught up and watch all the.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them.
Oh,
okay.
we do that all the time. We do that with the Jane Fonda show. What's that show called? I love Jane Fonda's show with what's her name?
Frankie and Grace.
Frankie, I love Frank, and we binge on that.
We like that one, and we also like the Michael Douglas one, the Kaminsky method.
and we also binge on Miss Maisel.
Oh yeah, the marvelous Miss Maisel.
I love the marvelous Miss Maisel.
Three fabulous pieces.
Okay, so let's do. We only got like 5 minutes. Let's do a hypothetical.
Oh, but wait, one question before.
Oh.
Listen, don't wait for us to move to Sherman Oaks to come to dinner. Next time you're in Palm Springs, give us a buzz before. You and your wife come over for dinner. I'll have some friends over. We'll have a little party.
Well, I love Palm Springs, but I hardly ever get there. I think
we'll move your ass and get there. It's easy. You get in the car, you turn the switch, and you go. And the wheels roll, and you get here.
When this is all over, anyway, we'll get you because I can't wait to start going to events again. So we'll get you.
Yeah,
we'll see you at some events. All right. So here's a hypothetical. You work with all these like cool people. Who's on your bucket list, male and female, that you have not worked with yet that you think would be fun and you would like to work with? And if you could have ever been in any movie ever made, what movie would you like to be in?
Wow, that's a really good question. Well, I would have loved to have been in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's just right off the top of my head.
I wasn't so impressed with that. I'm surprised you said that.
We know like half
I'm a Tarantino fan, so
Right.
I thought it was too slow. The acting was way too slow.
Really?
The scenes were
because
too.
that was leading to my other, Brad Pitt and George Clooney are two actors that I would love to work opposite.
Oh yeah, I would love to work with them also.
Well, actually, I've got a story about George Clooney. George Clooney, I worked with George. It was one of my very first jobs, but it was George's very first job. And I remember we were talking in the trailers, and George was telling me he just moved here from Ohio, and he said, I'm getting my SAG card on this show, and so that.
There you go. How cool is that? Okay, so what's a female actress you would like to work with?
Female actress, let's see. Well, I mean, my God, I guess right now. Margot Robbie.
There you go.
Streep, two age brackets there,
Everybody says Meryl Streep, so I'm glad you said Margot Robbie first. For me, it's Charlize Theron.
Okay, all right. Margot Robbie, Charlize Theron.
I love Charlize Theron.
The last one in the world I would want to work with is what's her face, because she steals the scenes. Meryl Streep, she's such a character actress.
Therein lies the challenge, Ron.
I know that. But how does one equalize or work with Meryl Streep without looking like a secondhand player? Because she really knows how to eat up the scenery. She's got that. She studied under Betty Davis, watching all of Betty's movies growing up. So she's got the quality of Betty Davis, and she's not afraid to go without makeup or hair. She's she's a real actress. So I think it would be quite a challenge to play opposite her. Quite a challenge.
Yeah, it would be a challenge, and that's why you would want to do it, because I love challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. But with her it would be a bit difficult. I don't know what I would be cast as. Probably a fairy hairdresser that does her hair. I could play that without challenge.
That with your eye.
Without challenge.
Phone it in. Yeah.
A real screaming queen. Oh, I love your hair, darling. Ooh. I could do that. I could outdo her. I would, who was it that said never play with what's his name? Said never do a movie with children or dogs because nobody will watch you. Who was that? The guy with the big nose, the drinker from years ago.
W.C. Fields.
W.C. Fields said that. He said, never work with children or dogs because they steal the scenes. Did you ever have anybody steal a scene from you?
From me?
Yeah.
Gary Busey has a few times.
Oh well, he's totally nuts. We know him. His son is wonderful, by the way. His son is really handsome.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, one of the movies that I just mentioned, I believe Shooting Star. I think Jake's in that. I'm not, oh no, Jake's not in that. There's another movie I did that Jake's in. But
yeah,
Jake's really cool.
He's one of our favorite people. We like Jake a lot.
Jake. He's a sweetheart.
But his father's nuts.
Oh, I love his father. I had the best time.
Yeah,
Me too. And I know his wife very well. Stephanie. Yeah. So they're.
But
yeah,
Busey's off the wall. I mean, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, we had a blast. Go to dinner with him one night. It's an absolute blast.
You talk about me.
Actually, the stuff that comes out of his mouth isn't that much different than
That's
what
what
comes out of yours.
I was just going to say. People say Ron Russell doesn't have a filter. Well, go with him. You want it? No filter.
According to my wife, go with me sometime because she's constantly giving me the elbow or the under the table leg kick.
Yeah, I do that too.
I think Jimmy does that.
Yeah, I do that.
No, I've had some people say to me, Ron, you really should limit it. You really have no filter. I say, how do you think I make a living? If I had a filter, I'd be as boring as everybody else.
Exactly.
So not having a filter, I tell it like it is. No smoke up your ass. I don't bullshit anybody. If I didn't like you and if I didn't think you were a good actor, I would have said, "Oh, Robert, nice to have you on our show. So what is it you do?" I would have been polite. But I like you, and I know your work. I mean, I don't respect many actors, but I respect you because you're a hardcore actor. What I call, I could throw a script at you and I know I'm not going to be disappointed. Whereas so many actors and actresses that we know, famous people, extremely famous people, Jimmy and I have discussed because Jimmy said, if I get so-and-so, I get my funding. And I'd say, Jimmy, so-and-so can't act.
Sometimes those names though, you just need them.
I know, but don't wreck your film by putting somebody in that stinks. Tab Hunter, you know who Tab Hunter was?
Oh, yeah, sure.
My very dear friend for like 30, 40, 50 years. Couldn't act out of a paper bag. Tab was a dreadful actor.
Yeah, he was gorgeous.
But when he was gorgeous, I worked with him in That Kind of Woman with Sophia Loren. Gorgeous. But when the gorgeous went, so did Tab. So a lot of you out there who want to be actors and actresses, don't count on your looks, Kicky.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I had to learn how to act because
that's not true.
No, I've been told
you're stunningly handsome.
I'm a very good actor because I'm not afraid to not be pretty or handsome. I don't go for that. I work hard, and I try to get away from the fact that I'm magnificently gorgeous and very modest. And modest as well, and humble, and I don't like.
See, that's what I like. I really enjoy playing characters where I get to look completely different, and
me too.
That's one of the thrills for me. And actually, in this film Dweller, I come out looking like I have a couple of different looks in there, and you will not even recognize me. So.
That's what I like. We gotta go, baby.
So listen up, you guys. Make sure to watch Ruthless.
Say hello to Devanny for me, okay?
Oh yeah, we will. She's coming on next. She's sitting in the waiting room now. And thank you so much, Robert. Good luck with everything. And everybody watch Ruthless and follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Robert Craighead. And say hello to your wife and family.
See you very soon, Robert.
See you soon.
Bye bye,
guys.
Bye
bye. Bye.
Yay. All right, everybody. So you can listen to the Jimmy Star Show weekly. You guys are live stream on Facebook and through W4CY Radio on Facebook and YouTube. That's our home station. It's a fabulous station. We love them. K4HG Radio in LA. You can hear us on Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and on television you can see us on Comcast, Roku, Vimeo, and YouTube. And let's say hi to Devanny. Devanny, hi. Can we hear
we're
you?
On Facebook. You
I said it already. I said that at the beginning. Hey.
You said Facebook?
Oh my God, look how gorgeous. We gotta love it. So
hi, guys.
Yeah, we can hear. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous Devanny Pinn. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. You guys are so fun. This is the most fun that I've had all quarantine.
But you know what? Your being on the show is going to cause some trouble. Because Well,
you know it. I'm a Guido too, and I'm also from Jersey. I have no filter, so this is going to be an interesting show.
Wait a minute. We have a
He's not there.
We have a fan that's in here every week, and he's a degenerate. And he's married, and he lives in England, and he comes into our show. He only wants to bang Sadie Katz, Sarah Davis, everybody. Sarah French. He's got a.
He likes all the hot girls, and when he sees you, he's just going to be freaking out.
But Dave is not in the chat room.
I don't know if he's there or not.
Dave, are you in the chat? Look at get a load of this piece of ass.
Anyway,
he's going to kill himself.
So let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
I think we met it.
You met at
Suwong.
Oh, yeah.
We met it.
Suwong, yes.
I remember you.
Oh, and by the way, Dave is in the chat room.
I think I slated you, didn't I?
Hi, Dave. You did slate me, yes. Thank you.
Sure, I remember.
So look at that. Dave,
is Dave there?
Dave is here, and he wrote, "Oh my fucking God."
So you know what?
Wait.
Listen, do me a favor. Just pucker up the lips and send
did it.
Send him a juicy romantic kiss. Look at that, Dave. That's for you. That's for you, Dave.
I gotta love it. So we have a chat room full of people. Please say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, guys. I love you all. Please interact with us. I'm really active social media. I'm going to be extra active today on the show because Jimmy Star invited me to come cause some trouble. So keep the questions going. We'll answer them. Got it.
So this is going to be fun. So first of all, you guys, we had never met Devanny. We run in the same circle. We know all the same people. We're friends with Jessica Cameron and Sadie and all the actresses that you're in all the movies with, but we never had met you. I was so excited that you came to Suwong's. We got to meet you. You were gorgeous.
Looking magnificently sexy.
She was just gorgeous.
But you know what? You didn't look sleazy or trashy. You look sophisticated.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a fine line, but we try to tread it.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I always say you could hang your tits out, but do it with class. You know.
Thank you. Yes.
There's
completely agree.
Cleavage and décolletage is one thing, but a pair of tits hanging out is another.
I mean, there's always a time and place for that too, but not at Suwong's Gala.
Yeah, and the party was so elegant and beautiful. Come on.
Beautiful.
And
my gosh.
You look stunning. You really do. You know, not
Thank
too many dark-haired women make it in our business. For some reason, redheads and blondes go a lot further.
Yeah.
But
because they really pop on camera. You know, they dazzle a little bit. So
you're one of the more beautiful brunettes there are, and you don't have to have red
thank you.
to be beautiful.
You guys, everybody wants to hang on real quick. Wait.
You know who you remind me of? An actress from years ago called Linda Darnell.
You know, I feel like I've heard that before. Actually, I think someone else has said that.
Look Linda Darnell up. It'll make your day.
Hang on one second. You guys can find Devanny on Twitter. It's at Devanny Pinn, DEVANNYPINN. And Ron is a Turner Classic Movies buff. He's going to be 80. He's going to be 80 next month.
Must we advertise?
What?
Because Linda Darnell is
How do you stay so hot? Tell me. Ron, what's the secret?
I masturbate regularly.
I mean, if that doesn't keep you young, you know.
He also doesn't drink. He doesn't do drugs.
No.
He doesn't wash his face. He doesn't put soap on his face. He uses olive oil or something.
Yes.
Really?
Well, when I was a child, I used to study ancient Rome, and they didn't have soap in ancient Rome, the time of Caesars. What they did was they put olive oil on their face, and with a wooden stick, they would slide the olive oil off, and that cleansed the face. Olive oil also is an antiseptic, so it kept your skin beautiful. I happen to have probably the nicest skin of a man of my age. No wrinkles, no puck.
Or just in general, yeah.
I have wonderful skin, and it's because I consume olive oil and I apply it to my face.
They say that us Italians age a little more gracefully. We kind of got gifted in that department, and I think you're living proof on that one for sure.
Listen, back it up, honey bun. You're an Italian from Brooklyn?
She said that when she first got on.
Not from Jersey. From Jersey, yeah.
Oh,
but my family is from Sicily.
So now we're in love. What are we going to do about it?
You know.
Oh, my God. You're probably like my cousin. I love you.
Probably you're totally related. You're right.
Oh, she's an Italian.
You might be, though, because you're both gorgeous.
No wonder you're so gorgeous. You're an Italian. Jesus, I should have suspected that.
We know how to do it, you know.
Well, I think it's a gift given to us. The Italian people are really a beautiful race. Some races
Yes.
aren't so attractive, if you noticed. They have pimples and bad skin, but Italians all have beautiful skin. And the women are either the women come very ugly or very beautiful. There's no in between with Italian women. I lived there.
We're very exotic, like really strong features. So either it really works out or it's a hot mess. And
I want to tell you a quick story. 1959.
Sure.
I was on a film with Sophia Loren and Tara Punter called That Kind of Woman, and it was
How did you? Oh my God! Yes.
5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, and Sophia's Cadillac pulled up to the set, which was a railroad on Long Island. So there were only police barriers. She had to get out and walk past people to get to the trailers. She had on a kerchief, big sunglasses, no makeup. All I saw were big, fat, chapped lips, and I noticed her hands were very not pretty, and there was no fingernail polish or anything. And I thought to myself, that's Sophia with a hooked nose and dark. She was dark like a almost like an African American. And I thought, my God, that's Sophia Loren. She's not pretty at all. 2 hours later, she came out of the trailer. I near died. She was the most exquisite creature I have ever seen in my life. Her beauty was beyond belief. And when she looked at me, and I spoke Italian, so I yelled out something in Italian, "Ma guarda come sei bella." And but everyone, look how beautiful. She turned and she gave me her smile, and I fainted. So now I had to get a kiss from her after 3 days of shooting in Central Park, Grand Central Station, and Long Island. She became friendly with me. And when I left, I said, "Dammi un bacio, give me a kiss." And she kissed me on the cheek, and the lipstick was there. And I ran home and I showed my mother and father. I am never washing this cheek ever again.
I have to love it.
She was beautiful.
So let's
Italian.
do some bragging, you guys. So we have Devanny on. Not only is she gorgeous, but she's a great actress and she's very talented. And I have to say, I didn't really know who you were until I saw Bus Party to Hell, and then I went back and saw all the things that you've been in. And we watched Bus Party to Hell because Sadie is Ron's adopted daughter.
She's my baby.
I love her. She's so awesome. It's the first time we got to work together was on that. It was only kind of by association because we're not in the same scenes, but we got to promote together. And she just is awesome. She's just so cool. I love her.
So you guys, and in that movie,
Sadie Katz is the realest thing you'll find in our business.
That was a Mahal Brothers.
I love her for that.
That was a Mahal Brothers film, right? Sonny and his brother.
Yes.
Okay, so Bus Party to Hell, you guys, you have to see it because Devanny is in it and Sadie is in it, especially you, Dave, and Stars Now UK, Dave. Also, Alyssa Dowling, who's a friend of ours now that we met about 6 months ago, and Tara Reid is in it, who we see at every event that we go to. She's super cool. Yeah. So that was kind of a big thing. But then I look back on your resume, and you're like Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
So you guys remember Casey Anthony? There was the show was Casey Anthony, American Murder Mystery, and Casey Anthony's didn't she kill her daughter or something? And tell us the Casey Anthony story, a real quick synopsis.
Really quickly, she's one of the new, I guess, popular true crime stories. She made worldwide news and was regarded as the most hated woman in the world for a while for allegedly she went to trial for the murder of her daughter, Kaylee, and eventually she was acquitted from it. She wasn't charged. It was really.
Wait a minute! Did you play the woman?
She played the woman.
I played Casey Anthony in her miniseries. Yeah.
So tell me, how much fun was that playing a murderous bitch?
I play honestly typecasting. And I play the murderous bitch a lot, quite frankly. So it was this is right up my alley. I really I love true crime. It's my favorite thing to be involved in as far as work. So to get to be part of it was great. But then I played real people before and other things, and it's always really hard. This one was extra hard to do because I hate her so much. I think she's extremely guilty. I think she's a terrible person, and I kind of just want to kick her in the face. But instead, I had to tell her story like it was mine. And so it was a challenge.
A Sicilian from Jersey is going to kick her in the face. I love it. I love it. That's my kind of talk. Except I would have gone a little lower, not the face. I would have...
In the throat. Yeah, that works too.
Even lower than that. Lower than the navel, I would have kicked her. But anyway. So let me ask you a question. You got a boyfriend?
Yes, we met him.
Jimmy, shut up. I want the guest to do it. Our audience doesn't know what we know. So you and I have to play stupid like we don't know anything. And she's going to tell us she has a boyfriend. Oh, you do? And then I have to answer back. Oh, great. Of course I know she has a boyfriend. We met him. You got a big fucking...
He's a phenomenal director. I think he's a director, right? He's a phenomenal director.
He is a director. Yes, I am in a committed relationship.
And
yes.
he's cute.
He is very cute. Absolutely is.
How'd you bag that trick?
Well, she's a hottie too.
We actually met on a movie in New York. Go figure. He's also an East Coaster. And I was hired to play his love interest in a film. And this was when he was still acting. He doesn't act anymore. And we didn't really get along, but we ended up having to do a press tour together to do with the movie. And it turns out we actually had a lot in common, and I really, really liked him. And so we have been dating for a long time now, almost a decade, and we now work together as well. We have a production company, and he is a brilliant writer director. So we have done several movies together now, and it's kind of a dream job in that way.
I love it.
We have a lot of producers that are friends of ours. I'm going to produce for you. I'm going to push you. I'm going to say, I want to be in a film with this girl. I want to be in a film with you.
I want to be in a film with you too. We definitely need to work together for sure. We should find something.
Both our energies could really blow that scene out of the water. I mean, you and I both
blow the whole film away. They're going to be like, "What film?" It was just.
I love it. I would love you to play my daughter, who is a bitch, and I'm fighting with you as an Italian father. I think you
Let's
and I
just do that anyway.
Yeah, but I think we would deliver a performance that they have never seen before.
So you go, hang on, let me do some bragging, you guys.
Like, wait, you're the daughter that came home pregnant, and I say to you, Mom, what are you, a putana? You come home pregnant in my house, you bitch, get the fuck out. No daughter of mine. Shut up. Don't you answer me back, Maladucata. You're no good. You gave it away. You're a sewer for men. You're a tramp. You're no good. Get out of my home.
And then what happened?
I wouldn't make it through the scene. I'm sorry.
And then you come back and you spit in my face and you say, I know you're a fag. My mother told me you were queen. She caught you in her bra and panties.
Holy crap. You guys are awesome.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
I think that scene would make fuck the Academy Award. We get the university.
So I noticed that you did a lot of films with Jessica Cameron, and we met Jessica Cameron about a year through Sadie. We actually met Jessica. I knew her from a long time ago, but I didn't really know her. I love her to death. I think she's fabulous. I know you've done a bunch of movies with Jessica Cameron and Brandon Slagle, who I used to know, but I kind of lost contact with. But I want to do some brag and some of the people that you've worked with, you guys. She's worked with Bill Oberst Jr., who we've had on the show, Brandon Slagle.
Yeah.
Tara Cardinal's been on the show. Angie Stevenson's a friend of ours. Tony Todd's a friend of ours. I'm doing a film with Kane Hodder right now. Michael Berry,
awesome.
Alexis Iacano, who's a friend of ours.
Oh, that's my Ava Gardner. Is she not another gorgeous brunette?
She is very pretty, yeah.
Oh, she's a beauty. She looks like Ava Gardner. I love Alexa.
Bai Ling, James Duval, who I'm doing a film with right now. Sadie, Tara Reid, Alyssa. Felissa Rose, Vernon Wells, they've all been on our show.
Felissa Rose is a doll. Do you know Felissa?
Yeah, she's very,
very. Yeah, we've been in the same kind of circle, I think, for 10 years now. She's
Have you met Marcel?
Very prolific. She's really great.
Have you met Marcel Waltz?
I have, yes. He's my little partner in crime. I adore him.
We love him.
Cute.
He was at Suwong with us. He was at Suwong.
And
he's so cute. Yeah.
He did some film. Blind is the best horror film I've seen all year.
I loved it. I went to the LA premiere to cheer them on. I've gotten to work with Sarah a couple of times too. We actually hired her for a film called Escape from Ensenada years ago.
You went to the red carpet for
Blind? We didn't even see you.
How come I didn't see you?
Because we didn't know her.
I skipped the red carpet. I kind of ducked in the back.
Okay.
I do a lot of red carpet stuff, but it's usually not for stuff that I'm close to the people who made it. I want it to kind of be their day, so I didn't want to go and be like, I'm here for my photo op. I want to just go support them. So
no, but you're being.
I loved it. What a great film.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Wait, let me finish.
And Sarah did a good job.
She's great. great in that.
You guys, she's also worked with Vivica Fox, Bill Duke, Michael Pare, which you know.
I know Michael
Jay
Pare.
Moore,
Yeah.
Luke Goss, Stacey Dash, Mindy Robinson, Richard Grieco, who we know, Lorenzo Lamas, who Ron's friends with.
Yeah.
Noel Guglielmi's been in the show. Robert Lasardo, Ezra Bussington's been on the show. Eric Roberts. I mean, you're like a who's who of like the coolest people.
What's happened to Lorenzo? I haven't heard or seen from him in a long time.
He's flying planes.
He
and lots
doesn't come. We had the same publicist for a while, and he was said he was coming out every time, and he maybe came out a handful of times. I think he really likes his privacy and his little world, and he's Lorenzo Lamas. He doesn't need to come out every second. We'll all wait for him. So, but he was always very nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
I love him. I tell a story. His mother, Arlene Dahl, and I are good friends for a long time. And Lorenzo, I know for a long time. I went to his daughter's baptism, everything. Larry is so not homophobic. Larry will hug me. He holds me when we're in public. He's not afraid that people are going to think he's gay. He is probably one of the most he-men men today. He loves women. I said to Arlene one time, I said, now that Lorenzo is divorced, maybe he should go out with my daughter Leslie, who's a beauty. And Arlene said, I wouldn't wish it on your daughter. What are you, crazy? And I argued. I said, what do you mean? She said, he only loves porno women with fake boobs that are all pole dancers. I said, well, that's not my daughter. But Lorenzo Lamas is a wonderful guy. I like him a lot.
So hold on, let me do some more bragging. So here's some of the films you guys now here's one that I haven't seen, and I just picked it out because I liked it. I didn't pick out everything. I picked it out because I liked the title of it, and you have to tell us something about it. It's called Nude Nuns with Big Guns.
Now that's for me.
That's one of your big.
How awesome is that, right?
I know. That's cool as shit.
I absolutely love that title. That is the best.
It's so good. It's so it was it's a Grindhouse movie, and it came out years ago, earlier on in my career, and I try to do something for everybody. So if someone asks me, oh, what should I watch of yours, depending on what the kind of movies you like, I can make the right suggestion. So I wanted to do a Grindhouse movie, and when I saw the castings for Nude Nuns with Big Guns, I was like, that title's too good to not be part of.
You're right. I agree.
Now, are those nuns with big boobs or big guns?
Everything's big in that movie.
So it's all,
everything's big in that movie.
So
yes.
It's all of the knocker broads. I call them the knocker broads.
With big guns.
There's something for everyone in Nude Nuns with Big Guns, including Bella Alberts Jr., which is the first movie I did with him. So that's kind of cool.
Where is that movie, Nun with Guns? Where can we see it? Is it out?
Now I'm not sure. It still makes the rounds. It was number one on Netflix for months. That was like when Netflix was just coming around to be what it is today, and we were like the first one to go viral on that, and it kind of put me on the map.
So it's an old film. You starred in it?
I don't star in it. I was in a few scenes for it, and I had started to do a lot of work at that time, and I was doing well in the press. So I ended up starring in it.
Well, that happened.
Surprise!
That happened. That's what I talked about with Robert. Scene sealers.
By the way, Robert Craighead told us to say hi to you because when he was leaving, he said,
I saw that. How cute is he?
We love him.
We love him. Bob is a good guy. He's a good buddy.
I'm going to be, I was watching your guys' interview with him, which I was totally getting pumped up because y'all are so fun. And so now I know some of his projects, so I'm going to support his work when we're done here tonight.
We love him.
I'd like to meet his wife. She sounds interesting. We will meet her.
Yeah.
We invited him to the Sue Wong thing, but he couldn't go
they were both
they got sick.
But
we invited them. But next year we'll all get back together again, and we'll do it again because it'll be fun.
Jimmy's in charge of the invite list. So
sounds good.
We're not supposed to tell people that.
No, just kidding.
I never said, who said I said that? That's not true. I never said that.
So wait, tell everybody. So what do you think are some of the best? So for horror movies, what are some of your best films? If people want to see your work, which ones would you say this is the one you should go see me in? Which you should go see Bus Party to Hell because I saw that and I had a good time.
Yes, that's a fun one. It's more recent and it's easy to find still. So that one I usually point to. I always ask what kind of stuff you like. So what kind of horror movies do you like?
Oh, I like every kind because I'm just a genre fan, so it doesn't make any.
I know.
I mean, really, the torture porn ones are my favorite, like Saw and Hostel and stuff like that are probably my favorite. But my favorite movie of all time is like The Lost Boys, which is not a scary one. It's just vampires. I love vampires and werewolves.
I'm always in horror movies. I'm always in them, and I hate them. And
Really?
when I see them, I say, what horrible, shitty movies are these? They're so crappy. I hate them. They're so cheesy.
It's escapism. It's fun.
I love
you
it.
You don't have fun doing them? I think it's fun.
I love doing them. Like I'm doing Clown Motel 2 for Joe
Oh,
Kelly.
cool. That's fun.
I love Joe Kelly, and I love Angela Joseph. So, and the people in it, I love this. Everybody I'm surprised you're not in it. Everybody in the business is in it. So it's.
I don't know them actually. So hopefully after that,
I'm going to introduce you to some people because we run in the same circle partially, but then we also run in different circles. And I would love to introduce you.
I already told her. I'm going to get her. I want Joe Kelly.
She's fabulous.
Joe Kelly will meet you. He'll put you in one of his films. His Clown Motel 1 did fabulously, by the way.
I saw that. Yeah, I was following it because I got a great release on it, and they were really championing. But I don't know the people who made it. I just know as like a genre fan.
When I saw it, I said, "What a piece of shit this is!" But no, really, it was.
But it's fun, right?
Well, when it turned into camp, then it became a fabulous film because it's fun. Yeah. It's funny. It's a wonderful comedy. I took it as serious. I don't know.
That's okay if you did. When the filmmakers don't know that they're making camp, that's when it gets a little. But when they're in on the joke and they really go for it, then everybody can have fun and it can be a success and the escapism that it's supposed to be.
I know. Now
fabulous. I look at Clown Motel 1 and I love it. It's fun. And Clown Motel, I hope, is just as funny. I'm so lucky. Guess who I'm working opposite? Who's my wife, Lorene Landon.
I don't know if you know. Do you know Lorene? Do you know Lorene Landon?
I just by association. I don't think we actually know each other. We've been at like events together and things, but I don't know if we've actually met.
She's an angel.
You know,
one of my dearest, closest friends is Lorene. I adore her.
We're gonna have a party when the thing is over because we always have parties and a lot of people. We live in Palm Springs and everybody comes, and so when we do it, we're gonna be having Sadie and Marcel and Sarah French and Jessica Cameron. Everybody come to the house for a party. So when we do that, we'll invite you and your boyfriend, and you'll know everybody because there'll be all the people you work with, and then you can network and we'll have a good time because you'll love any of them that you don't know you'll love. And Lorene comes all the time. She's beautiful is
very, very beautiful. Absolutely. I would love to meet her. And Palm Springs is like my favorite place on earth, actually. I love Palm Springs. I actually lived randomly in Salton Sea for a year. I know. I always get that reaction, but it's actually beautiful. And I did it because I needed to be close to Palm Springs. I was working on stuff there. And I went because I saw like a brand new house, super cheap. And I wanted to go see if like, maybe I can, have this really nice house for nothing. And I drove out there on like a joke. I looked around and I was like, where the hell am I? And
nothing.
But by the time I was done, I was like, you know what, this place is kind of charming. And I ended up, it has the most beautiful sunsets you will ever see in your life. And we ended up shooting a movie there, Dead Sea, which did pretty well. Alexis was in that one, and Jimmy Duvall was in that one, and a few other people. And so we got great filming locations with the mountains and the water and the deserted towns that are nearby. So if I had to go back, I would probably choose Palm Springs.
Yeah,
but it's a really great place to shoot for sure.
I agree with that. They could do prehistoric movies or movies of another planet. It's looks like a Mars planet, and the lake is huge. It's an ocean, but it's like an ocean, but it's nothing grows in it. No fish, nothing.
No,
it's full of I forgot sodium or sulfur or something, and it's
it's got a bunch of salts, and it's more acidic than the ocean, more salt, and then so the fish. There's a lot of tilapia that are in it, but they die almost immediately because it's too salty, and then they wash up on the shore, and it's like great for a wasteland movie. Yeah, the smell.
So you're in a lot of horror movies. Are you before you became an actress? Were you a horror movie fan?
Yes and no. I grew up very Christian. I still am, and very, very reserved. Like my mom only let me watch like Disney movies, so I hadn't seen anything until I was an adult. And then when I did, I kind of went crazy on it. I was like obsessed. I wanted everything. And then I became a hardcore fan. And I was actually going to school for musical theater. And when I came out west to do that, I tried to find theater groups to belong to, and I couldn't. I ended up finding a horror movie audition, and I'm like, what the hell is an independent film? I didn't even know. But I went and I got the lead in it, and I had the best time of my life getting to create the nightmares instead of just be a viewer for them. And then I was hooked.
Hold on. So we have two questions. First, that means you can sing, right? Have you ever recorded any? Do you have anything recorded?
I don't. When I started, before I started pursuing acting, when I was a teenager, I was actually in a pop girl group. We got picked up by Jive, and then Jive abruptly wasn't a thing anymore. That's like when the whole pop era just ended.
What was the name of the group?
Fire Babes.
Oh my gosh! No, I used to love that because I was really big into it when I was like younger, and I'm a publicist now, and half of my clients are music. But like,
yeah, it was fun, super fun. We changed our name halfway through. They rebranded us Forbidden with a 4.
Okay. Oh no,
I can't.
Did you release anything as Forbidden? Like, are there any YouTube videos of you or anything that I can go look at?
There might be old stuff. I could probably try and dig some stuff out. I didn't keep up with it because it was not my thing. And I went to college on an opera scholarship, so I wanted to do that direction with it.
What a talent.
And then ultimately,
I'm so excited because it's like not only are you gorgeous and a great actress, but you've got this whole like other like all these like fabulous skills.
She's Italian.
I know it's
Italian.
How can we not be? You have to do everything. Yeah. Mom's still not impressed, by the way. She's like, yeah, but did you do this? Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do. She's like, yeah, but.
What Italian doesn't sing opera?
No, hold on. Okay,
wait a minute.
Wait. No, I have one more question. Okay, so tell me, what are a few of the horror movies that are like influential that you like a lot? Not necessarily your own, but the ones that like got you interested in the whole thing. Like when you got to start watching them, what were the ones that you were like, oh my god, I love these?
I was a big pop culture person and very teeny boppery.
Me too.
I mean, Spice Girls, like as girly as it comes. So the natural transition for me was slashers. I mean, and I was right there in the prime. I mean, Scream and, I Know What You Did Last Summer. All that whole era there was could not get enough.
Oh, yeah, I love all of it.
Those are fun. And then from there, I want to just go dark as possible. Once I started being like an actor and being involved in the community, then I was like obsessed with the making of everything and how far can you go and shock value. And so then I really got into torture porn, and I love that direction, like Hostel, Martyrs, Serbian film, like all about it. And
I love all. Martyrs is the only one. Martyrs, it freaked me out so much because I'm not real religious, but like with all the religious undertones in Martyrs, I couldn't
back that up. You're not religious at all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was when I was younger. So Martyrs and a Serbian one, they like freaked me out. But Hostel and all that, I love those. Oh no,
those are fun.
I watched Martyrs and I was just like, oh my god, I can never watch this again.
Getting away from promo.
Wait, no, because okay, so now I want to go.
Sorry.
Because everybody like loves this stuff. Okay, so let's do my question I like to ask everybody. So.
Oh wait, let me just ask her one question.
Okay.
Are your parents from Sicily?
My grandparents are, yes.
But not your mother or father?
No, my dad was brought over when he was young, and my mom is about as white as it comes. She literally, like my ancestors on that side signed the Declaration of Independence, so it's literally like one end to the other. She's a cute little blonde.
Hi, Mom. We'll say hi to Mom.
So your mother wasn't strict? You're not allowed out after 11? You can't be alone with boys?
Nothing. Absolutely. I mean, I was as PG as it came, and I think she's kicking herself on that now because now I'm like polar opposite.
So wait, where did you go to school? Did you go away someplace far away to go to school, or did you go to school in New Jersey?
Yeah, I grew up in New Jersey, and then at 17, I left to do my senior year of high school in Arizona because I was going to ASU and I wanted to get residency. And then from there, I was driving back and forth to Los Angeles for auditions because the summer after my high school year, I got my first horror movie, and then it did really well overseas. And so people started calling me to do their movies. So I was doing like class part-time and then spending half my time in LA. And one day I just didn't go home.
Oh, that's
ever
awesome.
since.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely working out. Like, everybody loves you. I've never heard a single person say anything that wasn't glowing about you. How nice you are, or what a great
Aw.
actress you are.
Another question.
Maybe
So
they saw me kill people.
I do all the questions that nobody wants to answer. So
Yeah, do it.
you think you're going to marry this guy?
Yes, I do.
Is he going to ask you? You think?
It's possible. I'll happily share some juicy details with you, but I'd love to keep that off the public record.
There you go.
So
I'm very much of the opinion that to have a relationship that works in Hollywood and in the media, you keep it out of it. If you notice, anyone who's in it for the long haul, I'm very much following their examples. Is you only see or hear every once in a while. You're not all up in it. So I acknowledge there's an existence, but we're aiming for the best on that, so we keep it out of the public eye as much as possible.
And I
Plus, it's more fun. Like, who wants to picture somebody's significant other while we're doing all this stuff? Nah.
No, but I like our fans to know you better than just on film. If people like you personally, they love your work more. A lot of
They're gonna love her.
No,
They're gonna love you.
It's true. It's true. Because I know a lot of the legends of Hollywood, the great old timers, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, people like that, and they like.
I mean, he really knew him.
No, I really Jane Russell. Jane Russell was my best friend for so many years. The legend Jane Russell.
Wow.
And the studios used to do releases on them at home with the kids cooking.
Yes.
They never did any of that, but it was all publicity.
It's all image. Yeah, it's all image. But I can't. And a lot of people will amplify that. A lot of people will get into relationships for PR. People get married for PR. There's a lot of people who are 150% in it on the business end, and there's not much I won't do for PR. But as far as when it comes to relationships, I'm very much my own person, and so I did a lot of casual dating prior to this, but not committing to anything. So if I think something's worth committing to, then I'm in it for the long haul because I'm old fashioned that way.
Well, you're 10 years into it, so
yeah.
She said they've been together.
Well,
10
I have
years.
news for you. If you videoed your wedding and put it on television, it would get far more ratings than any of your films, because people.
That's probably true.
People love to know who you are. I've interviewed thousands of people. Trust me, thousands, many thousands, because I'm on this show 9 years and we do 4 a month. So add that
8 a month.
8 a month. So add that up, and I find that the people that have come forward and have given a little bit of themselves to the audience go further.
She's telling us everything, though.
No,
I
not,
think you're very, very right on that. And here's my other side to it. I'm very open. I mean, we're kind of similar in that way, where you just put it all out there. And when I started, I really did. I mean, there was nothing that was off limits, nothing was taboo, and I got a lot of love for it. But unfortunately, in my particular line of work, I was getting a lot of pushback too. And I've talked about this a little. Actually, ironically, the last time was at Comic-Con with Alyssa. We talked a little bit about that at our panel, which is that when you're in our line of work, and that is that you are dying on camera, that you are a victim, that you are putting yourself out there as someone who goes through those things, you attract a lot of amazing, awesome fans, but you also attract some people who have those kinds of fantasies, who have those kinds of fetishes, who, a lot of people, and I stopped really becoming so public. I used to do conventions all the time, and I stopped doing those for a while until very recently, because I was getting fans that would write me fan letters about what they would like to do killing me. And they would write them to, like, my mother's house, where we have a different last name, and I've never talked until recently about where she lives or anything. Like, they just found it out on the internet. I had a lot of people write to me, both themselves and their families, concerned, saying that they have various disorders where they can't determine reality from a movie. And so they don't understand why, since they just watched me go die in this thing, they can't reenact that as a fan. And so when you take on this corner of the industry, it comes with overwhelmingly positive things like your fans are super loyal. Your career can span decades. There's consistent work available. But then there's also some really specific downsides.
Yeah, I know that because
I have a downside. Men, not women. Men send me photographs of erect penises, and they write on how'd you like this, baby. So
No,
I write back and I say, I won't, but your mother would love it.
I totally get what you're saying. I have a friend who I hadn't talked to in like 10 years, and he reached out to me on Instagram. He's very, very famous. I don't want to say his name. And he asked me if I'd give him a call, and I gave him if I would call. I asked for his phone number so I could call him, and he sent me a message saying, please send me your phone number. He said, because of all the crazy people, who like try to get in touch with me, I don't answer my phone if I don't know the number that it's calling. So that's why I can plug it in. I know who you are because
we all do that.
He said it's just unbelievable. Like there's the good fans, and then there's a small percentage, and those are the ones
very
that
small.
Unfortunately, they're the ones who wreck it.
I was pissed off with Facebook because somehow Facebook put my phone number up somewhere. And but
that's the other thing. Yeah. I mean, it's becoming more and more easy for people to access everyone. And, sometimes that's great. Sometimes it's really not. And you don't even know.
If you call me, my machine, I answer with this. If I did not give you this number and you don't leave a message, I will not return your call.
Yes.
And they usually hang. But I have people still calling me up with the stupid stuff. Women that say stupid things, and one woman called up. She said, "If you saw my tits, you'd want to ball me or something." And I thought, I mean, I'm 80 years old. What ball?
So hold Did you call her back?
No. we have like 4 minutes left, and this is the question.
One more thing.
No, I want to do mine.
We have had people call in and say, "You fucking fags, I'm going to kill you." What queers have to be on television now? Oh, yeah. That's why we have the dog. We have 130 pounds.
Yeah, we have a dog that'll eat people.
I
have a question.
It's ridiculous in that time that we're still in those kind of times. I don't understand that at all. I mean,
we have had death threats.
Ridiculous.
So we
have called the police on.
We have like 4 minutes, and I want to get this out there. Okay, so first of all, bucket list: a male and a female actor and actress that you have not worked with yet that would be on your like, oh my god, I'd love to work with them. And number 2, if you could have been in any movie ever made in history, what movie would have you liked to been in?
Oh man. Well, ironically, my number one that I've been working towards is Margot Robbie. As an actress, she's my favorite. The second I saw her opposite Leonardo DiCaprio, I was like, this girl's going to be a huge star. And she's just a badass. She's got so much range, and she's a producer too.
Yes,
she and her husband produce together. So I just think she's a total badass. I would love to work with her. And then of course there's others like Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci. Anyone who's a strong character actor who does really unique things. I'm really I love character actors. I think I
love Christina Ricci. A lot of fun. I love Christina Ricci. Okay. And then what movie would you have liked to been in?
What movie would I like to have been in? Let's see. Gosh, that's hard. Spice World.
Oh, really? That is a great movie, though. Yep. I love it. I used to have all the.
I love that movie.
I used to have autographed pictures of them. I had all kinds of stuff. Like I had everything.
Oh, so fun! I did not have a good time there. Yeah.
I had all the dolls. I had the Vanilla Ice dolls. Now I collect superhero action figures and horror action figures. So I have an office full of them.
That's so cool. I'd love to see it sometime.
Oh, when you come, you'll see it. Like I have a 6-foot Jason from Friday the 13th and like a 7-foot werewolf, and they all move.
So fun.
It's so much fun. So like I love the whole thing, and I collect anybody who's been on our show. I have an action figure if they've got one.
He also has a life-size Ron Russell blow-up doll. So if I'm on location someplace, he doesn't get lonely.
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually. I really like that.
It was a joke, folks. It's not real. I don't want people
you're a tease.
No, people are going to write in and say, where do I get one?
Where do you get one? Absolutely.
No, it's only a joke, folks.
You guys have to love it. So you guys, this is Devanny Pinn. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. Please
support her. I want to ask you one more. Where'd you get the last name from?
Well, fun facts and spoilers. My real last name is Pinella.
Oh, so she just
Pinella.
Nice
But
name,
when I
Pinella.
Pinella, but when I started acting, nobody knew what ethnicity I was, and that was working in my favor. Like everyone thought that I was their ethnicity, and so I was getting a lot of roles in that way. But as soon as they heard the name Pinella, they're like, "Oh, you're Italian," and then I started getting typecast as like the chick from New York. So I trimmed it. I just trimmed it to Pin, and that way it kept a little more ambiguous.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I did Russell. I still get the mafia guy, the gangster. I'm still playing tough guys, even
Right.
even with Russell and being gay. You figure, they might say that faggot. He's going to play a tough, rough gangster, and when they see
Yes.
me work, they get scared. They say, "Oh my
Y'all are
God,
badass for real.
I really am." But the last name doesn't work. When I was younger, I used my real name, and they thought I was too ethnic, because
Yep.
back then you had to be a name like Young Smith Brown Jones.
Yeah, as white as waspy as possible. Absolutely.
Exactly. Like James Dean type.
Like me, I'm
Yes.
Stuart.
Yeah,
Must be.
I look like a Sal Mineo, and I didn't get away with it.
So everybody, we're gonna have to go because we only have like a half a minute left. So this is Devanny Pinn.
Oh,
You guys
wow.
follow her on social media at Devanny Pinn. It's spelled DEVANNYPINN. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. We want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Devanny, a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
We can't wait to get to know you better once
Yes.
once
Yes.
the world comes back around again, and we can't wait to see you. So thank you so
We'll
much.
compare stories and laugh our asses off.
I would love that. You guys are wonderful. Thank you
And
so much
so-
for having
and
me.
so are you. So
Bye.
are you, Angel.
All right, everybody, chat room.
Ciao,
Thank you
Bella.
so much.
Ciao.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Jimmy, you're clear.
Okay. That went way smoother today.
It'll get better every time.
Yeah, so she was a really good guest too. They were both good guests. Yeah, this show was good. I think it was really good. So okay, so we're all good. Just put it in the box and text me when you get it in there, please. And thank you so much. I